Hello YouTube friends. It's about 5:30 in the evening and I've just come for my walk around the town. So I thought I'd bring this outside today, see if I can get that lined up and talk to you here. Oh, it's been a nice day. It's been a really nice day weather-wise. It's also been a nice day for me too. I've done lots and lots of little bits and pieces. And so I finished making the frames, the bee frames this morning, because I ran out of steam last night. Thanks, I'm glad you enjoyed watching me hammer all that wood together. I'm not a woodworker. I'm about as far out of my comfort zone as it's possible to be when I've got a hammer in my hand. I really am. But if I can find it, I'm going to put a little bit of film in here, which was taken about 2 or 3 weeks ago, which is the person who helps me in the garden, not anymore, but who used to help me in the garden, Barry, pressure washing the back terrace, where I go out of the back door and into the garden. And it was such a mess after the winter, and Eileen had been sleeping on the doorstep, so she'd been leaving her evidence of her presence. And so Barry came, and I'm sure I can find it. I'll put that little bit of film in here. And what a good job he's made of clearing the back area there. So this is Barry. Say hi.
Hello there.
And Barry is going to be helping me in the garden, and he's already helping me by doing this fantastic job. Look how cool is that? What a difference.
What a difference.
We should have made a little picture of it before you started.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it was...
my partner keeps on reminding us to make it
before and after pictures.
Before and after pictures,
yeah.
and I forget
and
all
so
the time.
now what do you think you're doing? Get out of here. That's fantastic, Barry. So this is Barry. He's going to be doing loads and loads of work in the garden. It's going to be fantastic. Thanks, Barry.
Nope.
There, but while he was doing that, I noticed that I had a secondary door, which was like a screen door, not a proper screen door, but just like a little flappy door that would stop flies coming in. But it had rotted, and all the timbers had rotted away, and it was hanging off its hinges. It was a mess. So I asked him if he would take it off for me, which is all well and good. But now, whenever I open the back door on a beautiful day like today, if I want to open the back door, then bees and flies come in. So this morning I had this brainwave of putting up this bead curtain. I've had it in the shed for the longest time. It used to belong to my daughter Martha. She used to have it up in her door in her bedroom years and years ago when she lived at home. She's in her 30s now. And so I've had that bead curtain, just stored it really. So I had this idea to get it out and see if it would still work, and hung it up. Well, it does work. It works an absolute treat. It's glittery and sparkly, which I like, but it also does keep the flies from thinking about coming in. It doesn't stop the hens and the cats from coming in, so that's a nuisance. Hens is the next thing I have to challenge I have to face. So so Barry cleared the terrace. It looks really good. He took the door off, and I've put the new curtain up, and that looks great. And then so I finished doing all the bee stuff, and I found some primer in the shed and a paintbrush that isn't rock hard, because half of my paintbrushes are rock hard. So when I've got the energy for that one, I'm going to prime that one so that we can think then about what colour to paint it. I always say we, as there is just me here, you know. There isn't a we anywhere. Oh, it's so beautiful today. And what I'm noticing is that usually there are just mallard on this lake, but the garden birds, there are more garden birds than usual, and I'm seeing all sorts of different species coming back to the lake. And John, my son, was here earlier on. He'd been working at his joinery workshop, which is not so far from here, and he brought me some potatoes, and I gave him some eggs at a very great distance. So I left them on the doorstep, and he left me the potatoes. But he was telling me that what was the species that is on the lake at the minute? Can't remember. Something we don't usually get on the lake at the minute. So this afternoon, I've decided I need to tidy out the porch where you come into the house. It's bothered me for months, years, and so I'm going to tackle that next. So I had a good old go at starting on that. It's a mess. It's a good opportunity to have lots of tidying ups, isn't it? Did a little bit of knitting earlier on, had an hour with my jigsaw first thing this morning. So it's been that kind of a day, and I'm guessing that's going to be the shape of the days for the foreseeable future. I had the longest puzzle earlier on about whether it was Wednesday or Thursday. Couldn't remember. I think it's Wednesday. One of the birds you can hear a lot of is rooks. There's a big rookery just over there, and the rooks live in these trees behind me here as well. And so the rooks make, that's the constant noise here, really, is rooks. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Hope whatever you're doing today, you're able to find some joy in it, and something to delight. Not much to delight at the moment, but I hope that you're managing to find a little something that gives you some joy in your day. I'll tell you what mine was today. I mean, I've had my social contact. John came to see me, but my beautiful granddaughter, her dad sent me a video of her trying carrots for the first time, mashed carrots. Absolutely hilarious. Made me laugh a lot. She wasn't impressed, but she's starting to eat food now. She's starting to try all sorts of different foods. It was a good laugh. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.